studio with me today, Dave Helscher, as we are getting ready for our 4th of July celebration on the riverfront. Dave, great to have you back in again.
Thank you, Gary, for the time, and tell people what's going to be happening on the 4th of July.
A lot is going to be happening on the 4th of July. So what time does everything really get started down there?
Well, we have kind of a staggered start. We get started at 8 o'clock with our wiffle ball tournament. At 9 o'clock, we'll have the start of the volleyball tournament. 10 o'clock, we have bags tournament. Then around 11 o'clock, the food vendors will be opening up on Riverview Park and available for purchase of a lunch. We'll have our parade at 1 o'clock. That'll be along Riverview Drive on the top of the dike. And about noon, we'll have the start of the carnival. That's a little bit different arrangement this year. We can discuss that, but the carnival will open up about noon. The parade's at 1 o'clock. Then at 2 o'clock, we have the singing of the national anthem. Carter Jargo, who's going to be a senior at Northeast High School, will be performing that. And then he'll be followed by Down 24 that'll provide music until about 4 to 4:30 in the afternoon. We'll have the petting zoo at about 2:15. Misting station, that'll be operating along with the hand washing station, the carnival rides. Then about 4:30, we have wrestling returning to Clinton with the addition of female wrestlers this year, which is different from the past. That's always an exciting time and draws a nice crowd. They were real happy last year. Despite the rain, they felt they had a record turnout last year for their wrestling event, and they're returning. And then about 6 o'clock, we have sort of the soft end of the 4th of July festival. The carnival rides will continue. But at about 6:25, we'll have 3 parachutists drop into the ballpark stadium, along with the American flag and the national anthem. Then at 6:30, our first half winners, Clinton Lumber Kings, will take on the Burlington Bees for a scheduled 9-inning game. We'll see. We'll have the mercy rule. We can only hope the Lumber Kings finish it early. But then the fireworks will follow the ball game, but depending upon when the sun goes down and the game ends. And then that will be the official end of the official 4th of July festival.
Again, David Helscher in studio with us. That is a full day. We've got that beautiful riverfront. How is everything going to be laid out? You talked about the carnival. Where is that going to be at, Dave?
The carnival will be in what's generally known as the Allied Steel property. Some people might know it, where they recently had the Tall Boys main stage. We'll be setting up the carnival rides and inflatables there. Now this year, one of the big differences is we've arranged, well, it's kind of a long story. The carnival we had last year doesn't exist anymore. The owner died and it's tied up. We contacted another carnival that was willing to come, but they couldn't find any workers. So we scrambled and we found a third carnival that will be here starting on Saturday evening, and then Sunday evening, Monday evening, and then Tuesday. And they will have an assortment of inflatables and carnival rides. The inflatable only on Saturday, then on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, inflatables and carnival rides, and that'll be a ticketed event.
Before we go any further, I want our listeners and people in the community appreciate the work that you and the committee put in to put this basically one-day celebration together. You say, you headed it up. You took the bull by the horns a while ago, and you say you've got 3 or 4 real hardcore people that kind of help you out.
Well, to correct you a little bit, Gary, I'm not the chair anymore. After 5 years of resigning, they finally accepted it this year. Angie Gable is our chair.
Okay.
Dr. Angie Gable, local chiropractor. She's the chair of the 4th of July Festival and has taken the reins of putting a lot of this together. She has a face for TV. I have a voice for radio, so here I am.
Okay, so she got the TV gig, huh?
Yeah, she gets the TV gig if we have any television that show up.
Well, you're a great spokesperson. Glad to have you in the studio.
Well, I'll mention that it's just the start of a long week of activities, luck of the calendar. I mean, starting tomorrow night, June 30th, we've got the Lumber Kings back in town. There'll be fireworks after that game. Then on Saturday the 1st, we have baseball again, followed by a local band after the game, Staff Infection. On the 2nd, you've got the Showboat with their Sunday matinee. We'll have the carnival operating that day as well. On the 3rd, we've got a concert at the ballpark with no ball game. Bowman, Pickney, and Evans, and have a little car show, and we'll have the carnival as well. The 4th of July festival. July 5th, there'll be a night swim at the Clinton Pool. On the 6th, we've got the downtown music on the Avenue. That's Cody Road to be the performer. And then on the 7th at the band shell, we've got Finally Fridays with the Avery Groves Band playing. So there's a whole week of activity. I'd like to think it's anchored by the 4th of July festival, but I know better. They all have their own groups and organization putting it together.
Let's talk about the putting together of this 4th of July festival. As soon as the festival is over, do you guys start looking ahead to next year, or do you give yourself a little bit of a break?
We take off until midnight on the 4th and then start planning for the next. I'm kidding. We take a little bit of time off and do a little postmortem. What went right, what went wrong, what can we add? Open to suggestions and things. Some of that is a limitation on affordability, space, logistics, what's available. I had mentioned the carnival and difficulties with that. And we're always open to ideas and suggestions, constructive ideas and suggestions.
Now, of course, no cost to be on the grounds, right, Dave?
Nothing costs you anything other than the food trucks. The carnival is a ticketed event. The band, the music, free. The petting zoo, they try to regulate how much food their animals have, so they may charge $1 for a little cup of food, but just to go in and pet the animals. The wrestling event is free. You view the fireworks wherever you want to, that's free. The ball game is a ticketed event, and the carnival I mentioned is a ticketed event as well.
You know, I know you're a big fan of Clinton baseball, have been for a number of years, and it's always great that we're able to have a ball game on the 4th of July. And I tell you what, even though it's the Prospect League, it's not professional baseball anymore, it's still a pretty good product. And what's great about it is that we get the local talent, like a Max Holy, for example, who's just playing tremendously well for Clinton.
Yeah, it's a little surprising with the ball club. They've got quite a few of Division I players, and so the quality of ball you're seeing in the Prospect League, and specifically Lumber Kings, is better than it has been. And the results in the first half, I mean, they're in the playoffs that'll start in August. So it's been a joy. I mentioned the mercy rule. I mean, it has come into play a couple times, generally on our side or the Lumber King side, but it's a chance to enjoy baseball. One of our food vendors, Mahala's Sweet Treats, she has an apple pie ice cream that's a favorite. So apple pie, 4th of July baseball, how much more American can you get?
Yes. Talk about the parade now. How is the turnout for that so far?
Well, we've got about 30 submissions so far the last time I checked, and that was as of Monday. We have a fair number of entries that just show up, but we'll have the fire trucks and honor guard. We do have recognition of what we call our dignitaries, which will be the mayor, our button winner. We have a button design contest open to kids K through 5 in area schools. This year's winner is Tayden Seawee, a student at Comanche Elementary. As your listeners can see, I kid, a little button, and those buttons are available for a donation of at least $1 to help defray costs at various retail locations around town. And then our Grand Marshals, Sue and Lenny Y, will be our Grand Marshals this year. Sue, in addition to a homemaker and raising a couple of kids, was an employee at Clinton High School in the audiovisual department for 14 years. And then when she retired in 2001, volunteered with Mercy Auxiliary as well as Mobile Meals. And then Lenny Y, a longtime coach and athletic director, and then retired and became what locally is known as the Cookie Man and Donut Man for Clinton National Bank. But then he's retired. And so we're going to recognize Lenny and Sue as our Grand Marshals for all their contributions to the community over several decades. Maybe not many, but several.
Of course, Lenny is a loyal listener. We're going to take a break for the weather. We'll be back more to talk with David Helscher on FYI and, of course, our 4th of July celebration. Our update brought to you by Clinton National Bank.
We are tracking the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms later on this morning, especially for areas south of Interstate 80. Threat track level 3 out of 5 in place. Dry skies this afternoon. Hot will head to the upper 80s. Partly cloudy tonight. Stray shower storm possible. Will head to the low 60s. I'm meteorologist Andrew Stutzky with Storm Track 8.
Right now we do have hazy skies. Current temperature is 75 degrees. Our update brought to you by Clinton National Bank.
Clinton National Bank is proud to be part of your community. The communities where we all live, work, and play. From home and business loans to CDs, investments, and checking accounts, we have you covered. We even have special programs for kids and seniors. We're proud to be your community bank for nearly 160 years. Let us know how we can help you. Clinton National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
David Helscher in studio on FYI. We're talking about the 4th of July celebration. And, of course, this is a big undertaking, and there are a lot of people involved. Money has to be raised, certainly, to get some of these events underway. Talk about the fundraising for this, Dave.
Well, the fundraising starts right away. It comes from a variety of different sources. We have a fair number of individuals and business in town that make very nice contributions that help us put this together. Of note was a nice and sizable contribution from the city of Clinton. They donated $8,000 toward our effort for this year. Also of significance, Billion Auto is co-sponsoring the fireworks display, and they made a very nice and sizable donation to help with that. Part of our funds we put toward the fireworks. Clinton Baseball also makes a contribution into the fireworks display. This year a little bit different because of the short notice and using a different carnival. We're paying for the carnival. And the petting zoo comes with a cost, the wrestling comes with a cost, the music comes with a cost. This is all supported from donations. We put out a general appeal. A number of individuals and a number of businesses have made contributions so that we finish in the black as anticipated. I keep an eye on the budget as fiscal agent, and we'll have funds that are left over that allow us to plan for next year. This will be our 12th year. It started 12 years ago with about 3 to 4 weeks before the 4th of July, and everybody around town stepped up. We were able to start the festival and keep it going now for what will be our 12th year of operation, which kind of pales in comparison to the 247th anniversary of the 4th of July. And this year is the 160th anniversary of the Battle of Gettysburg, which will have concluded on July 3rd of 1863. But word didn't get out to the general public until the 4th of July. So we can get into a whole intellectual history of the reformation of constitutional government as a result of the Civil War and the 13th and 14th Amendment.
I am learning so much here today. So now, if people would like to donate, how can they do that, Dave?
We have a couple of different ways. We accept cash, we accept checks. You can do a online contribution and donate it tied into a checking account. We also have buttons, people that want a little something to commemorate the holiday. I know that's popular in some circles. We had one request, somebody coming in looking for 10 buttons to give everybody in their family. They are limited as far as how many we print, asking for donation. We'll accept donations down at the 4th of July, and those will be used to help defray next year's expenses.
Of course, when they first did this 12 years ago, it was basically pretty much just the parade. But as you have pointed out, things certainly have expanded. Talk about the addition of a carnival to this event.
Well, the carnival, first year we had a carnival was last year. And it was a first for us in organizing a carnival and working with a carnival. It came off. I think most people enjoyed the addition of the carnival, and we wanted to repeat that again this year. Rather than taking a step back. We wanted to at least maintain that. It was a little tricky with the one carnival basically folding on us, and another one that was out of Des Moines. They just couldn't find workers. And this carnival, Amusement Associates, is out of Altoona, Iowa, and they will be coming into town on Saturday, cross our fingers, and setting up the inflatables, and then Sunday setting up the carnival rides and begin operating. The inflatables are to be available on Saturday, July 1st. The inflatables and carnival rides then on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
So, and again, I would imagine there'll be cost involved with the carnival for the carnival.
What we're told from the carnival is that tickets are $1 each, but the rides may take different numbers of tickets. So it is a ticketed event. It will have some cost involved. It was popular last year. I left the ball game a little early. I was tired. It was about 8:30 last year, and there was still a line at the carnival. So people can beat the lines a little bit. They come on a different night or come back and return with their favorite rides. We'll see sort of what shows up, probably geared a little bit more to a younger demographic rather than they don't have a Ferris wheel or a roller coaster or anything like that, which our liability carrier is very appreciative of.
Again, visiting with Dave Helscher. Wrestling, talk about that. I didn't realize that there was wrestling involved with this.
There is a wrestling exhibition, and the story that we've had them a couple of years now. I was reading my hometown newspaper, and I saw a wrestling event they did in my hometown and associated with a RAGBRAI bicycle ride through. As it turned out, the operator of this is a nephew of a high school classmate of mine, and we just had our 50th high school anniversary, and I got a chance to talk with her a little bit. But I contacted him. They were amenable. They came. People initially weren't sure what they were supposed to do, but they were encouraged to pick a hero, pick a villain, vocally express their favorites or lack of favorites, get involved vocally, and they put on an exhibition, wrestling exhibition, and it's just kind of a fun live wrestling event.
Now, where will this take place at on the grounds?
That'll be in the park over toward the fountain. The band shell will be where the band is at, and the petting zoo adjoining the band shell. The misting station on the other side will have some carnival games and some displays, along with a big tent out in front of the band shell. Then behind and over toward the fountain is where we're going to place the wrestling. They come complete with music and a PA announcement and stomping on the mat, and it's just a fun time for everybody to come down and enjoy.
Let's talk again about the entertainment on the band shell. Who are we all going to have there providing music for the folks who are at our Riverboat Days, or not Riverboat, our Riverfront celebration?
Yeah, the 4th of July Festival, we're having Carter Jargo do the national anthem, and then Down 24, a rock group, will be performing for about 2 hours. Can't tell you exactly what they're going to play. I'll leave that up to them. They don't want me to make an opinion on what music to play.
So again, there is entertainment. There's a lot going on. We appreciate you coming in this morning so much, Dave. Anything you want to say in closing about this 4th of July festival?
Come down and enjoy, and donate early, donate often.
All right. Thanks, Dave, so much.
Thank you, Gary.
Once again,